Welcome to
Succeed, Even If. I'm Tom Marcoux.
And I'm Johanna McLeod.
This episode is Succeed, Even If You Need Your Unwavering Faith Restored. Johanna, I have a question for you. When was a time where you had some faith in what you were doing, but then it was shaken?
I was writing a project and the editor just quit.
Wow, that's intense. So you feel that person didn't believe in what you were doing?
No, I don't think this person had the faith that the project was going to work.
So what happened next?
So I got a different editor.
Great plan.
Yes.
Excellent. Which, by the way, if you got the next editor and the editor saw the value of the project, that could restore your unwavering faith.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in this conversation, we have 3 M's. And so each is going to stand for a method. And the first one is maximize. And when I talk about that, I'm talking about maximize the faith uplift moment. I imagine that the new editor praised the work or said that this is working or I like this.
Yes.
We need to maximize those moments. We need to hold them up. In fact, according to research, for many of us, it takes 10 to 20 seconds for us to actually pay attention and get a positive outcome or a positive experience into our long-term memory.
Wow, that's a long time.
You have to pay attention to it. You have to maximize that faith uplift moment. And we need to be on the lookout for these things. Many of us have been conditioned to always be on the search for what's going wrong. Long ago, Stephen Covey wrote a book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And in that book, he mentioned that if someone would say to his daughter who was dealing with some health issues, "How are you doing?" that daughter would look through her body to find where the pain is. Kind of like what many of us do nowadays anyway. Because we're always looking to see what's wrong, what's going to fall apart, how can I get hurt, how have I been hurt? We emphasize the times that we've been hurt.
It's like you don't look for what's going right in the situation.
That's exactly the reason why we have to maximize the faith uplift moments. When you can see something's working and you hold it up like a torch to illuminate your life, this is a great idea because there will be plenty of disappointments. Even if the project has a lot of value, there will be people who disagree with it. You're going to need to direct your own focus to the positive. And this takes us to the next M, which is move. When I say move, I mean you might have to physically move. You might have to move your focus point off the negative onto the positive. The thing is, to move also means that you go further out into the world and you show people what you can do. You give maybe a free talk at a chamber of commerce, or you put up podcast episodes, or you do something, perhaps write an article for medium.com. You do something to say, hey world, this is what I offer. And when you move, you open opportunity doors. Let me share that again. When you move, you open opportunity doors.
I always heard that if you're moving or standing, you're able to think quicker on your feet too. True.
That's why it's often great if you get stuck. Let's say you were writing something and you go take a walk. On the walk, you'll get the better ideas. Now we'll go right over into the third M, which is meet. And that's the idea of connecting with uplift people. I imagine that if we talk to a number of people randomly, we could find that each one of them knows somebody who is positive. You just feel better when you're around that person. You know that if you call them on the phone and you have a conversation, you know you'll feel better during the conversation, you'll feel better after the conversation. We need to maximize those moments, and we need to know who are those people.
And attract more of those people.
Yes, and that means we have to go to the places where they are. Whether we do that online or we do that by attending certain kinds of lectures or networking events, we need to build a bigger and bigger circle of what I call uplift people. Unwavering faith is, in many cases, unusual. When we see someone who does something extraordinary, a Walt Disney, Oprah, Steve Jobs, we kind of wonder, how did they hold on to the faith when the thing was not proven? There was no true theme park in the way of Disneyland until Walt Disney said, I want to make it. And everybody was against him. His wife was against this Disneyland thing. His brother, who was his business partner, was against it. The board of directors were against it. He had to put up some of his life insurance money so that he could get this thing going and get it designed.
I heard that Walt Disney went bankrupt at least once.
This is true. I believe he began something called Laughogram, and then that first business failed. So the idea here is that unwavering faith has to be something that we nurture inside ourselves. This looks like a good time for a Marcoux moment. That's when I share one of the 48 books up on Amazon that I have authored. And the book this time is Convince Investors to Fund You. The subtitle is The Insider's Guide to Avoid Deadly Mistakes and Gain Real Success with Your Startup Business. Now, what's great about this book is that if there's anything that you're trying to get done, trying to get investors, trying to persuade someone, try to get clients, whatever it is, there is material in here about how to effectively persuade people, how to interact with them, what to do if your meeting goes wrong.
Oh, wow. That's a piece of gold right there.
So I'm going to open the book up on page 79. How can I experience real confidence and gain the trust of investors? So in this section, we're talking about a couple of things, including how to develop extreme confidence. And there's even a part of this book called the Confidence Toolkit Blueprint. Now, we begin with 3 A's of extreme confidence. And I'm just going to briefly summarize these. The first A is above confidence in the text. So we don't just want to memorize the text. We need to have something better. And that takes us to the second A, which is adapt. And that is focused on recovery methods. If you know that no matter what happens in the meeting, that you can recover from it using a recovery method, then you'll have a higher level, a better level of confidence. And then the third A, align the space with the audience. And this is something that comes up in my workshops called Convince Investors to Fund You, but it also comes up in my other workshops called Your Secret Charisma. And it's in the book, is that there's a space between you and the person you're talking with. And what we need to do is have our body language and our actual verbal language congruent.
So many people look nervous, but they talk a good game.
Right. And the body language overwhelms the words.
Yes.
It's almost as if I can't hear what you're saying because your body language is so loud. It gives me the impression that you are nervous and you're not confident. So we need to learn how to use the space. Now, one of the things is if someone asks you a tough question, then you need the ability to take 1 or 2 steps toward them and then say, I see that's important to you. And when you do that, you don't look like you're physically shrinking away from the question, that you can't handle it. If you need to get time so that you can think your answer through, in this book we have a part there where it says, I need to pause a moment. I want my response to be valuable to you. And so there are a number of different ways to handle the tough things, whether it's a speech, a pitch, a presentation, a meeting, where you can be on your toes and so well prepared that you have what I call extreme confidence. And that's all in this book, Convince Investors to Fund You. The subtitle again is The Insider's Guide to Avoid Deadly Mistakes and Gain Real Success with Your Startup Business. Johanna, I'm curious, what are you going to keep from our conversation today?
What stays with me is the word move from your 3 M's.
I'm right there with you. The idea is that if you're scared or if you made a mistake, what you need to do is move. I mean, sometimes you have to physically move, or you need to move by doing new things and continuing to be in front of people, showing the world, this is what I offer. This is how I can help you get your goals fulfilled.
Let's move your focus to something positive.
Exactly. And my phrase is, when you move, you open opportunity doors. Thank you, Johanna.
Thank you, Tom. This broadcast is brought to you by Tom's online course at udemy.com.
Yes, I'm excited about my online courses called Success Secrets, Confidence and Skills to Handle Toxic People. It's available at a special discount price at udemy.com. That's udemy.com. And you just type in my name, Tom Marcoux, TOMMARCOUX, and you add the words Success Secrets, and you'll find the course. Thank you.
Click to subscribe to this channel.
And then you'll be supporting Johanna, me, and our message.
Tom helps people in other ways.
As a spoken word strategist and executive coach, I help people really connect and get yes. I help them with their speeches, pitches, video marketing, and networking. and I help them prepare for that crucial life-changing meeting. As you're ready to go to the next step, see special videos, find out about my books and coaching at getthebigyes.com/next step.
And so remember,
perform at your best with words, strategy, and rehearsal
for your success.